Sound is often, in my opinion, more important than visuals. It can tighten your pace without changing a frame. It can show the audience something that they never actually saw. It's truly limitless and cheaper than visuals too. So today we're looking at a few ways that you can elevate your sound inside of Premiere Pro. Before we dive into an example, we need to find some sound effects. Of course, you can make these yourself, and while I do like to make my own sound when I can, more often than not, I'm using pre-made assets. And two of my favorite places to find these pre-made assets are Soundly and SoundQ. With both, you get a ton of sounds and can import your own sounds as well, which makes searching for what you need much easier. And the best part is getting these sounds into the editor is literally just drag and drop right from the app. A whoosh sound is most often an airy sound that sells motion like this. Now think of how dumb I would have looked without the sound effect.
You still look dumb though.
The power of sound. We've recorded plenty of our own whooshes in the past by swinging wooden dowels, rackets, hoses, and whatever else we could think of, each giving a totally different character to that specific type of sound. You can use these to sell any kind of fast movement, but they should really be felt and not necessarily heard, because if it's obvious, it's going to feel cheesy. Unless that's what you're going for, like with a comedic effect. Boy. But the way I use them the most is with transitions like you've seen already, or with any fast movement in a screen capture like this here. Transitions in general are a great use case for sound design. For instance, you can create a transition audibly without any visual assistance at all. For example, we're using the next environment that we're about to cut to create sound design that logically leads us in. And while that is technical, it should lead with story. The intensity of the sound, when and how it hits, and the tone, rough seas or calm, should all be chosen by following what your story wants. For instance, if we're cutting to a happier scene, it could go more like this. These are prelaps, which is bringing the sound from the next scene in early, before we actually enter that scene. But if you're not in a narrative lane, maybe it's a trailer, commercial, or other piece of content. Elements like risers and impacts can go a long way in creating flow and energy. For instance, how we cut to the title from this shot. Not great, but if I added a riser leading up to the cut and a hit right at the edit point, and maybe a brand new song to take us to a new segment, we'll have this. It feels a lot different, and feeling is what you need to keep in mind with all of this. The tone of the sound element you choose will change the tone of your image. There are perfect examples of this with music and how different styles of music can entirely alter the meaning of what you're looking at. It's something we've looked at on my show Film Riot many times. But for sound design within a sequence, let's take this sequence from a recent episode of Film Riot. We have a menacing robot stepping toward a terrifying man. For this, I wanted the robot's feet to feel heavy and dangerous. So first, I'm looking for a foundation. And this sound by itself is getting us most of the way there. So I'll cut that in, matching the steps, but I'm not feeling the impact of his feet. So I'll grab some thud sounds like this here to cut those in. I also want to feel the dirt with each step. So I'll grab this sound and this one and have them offset just a touch from each other to get this. And finally, I grab this sound here as an audible cue for his leg moving. And we have this, which was always meant to go under the music, so we ended up with this. The idea there is to leverage multiple layers of sound to land on what the sound should feel like. With that scene, we're going big with the sound, emphasizing everything that we see because that's the nature of this moment. But filling in sound for everything you see isn't always the right approach. Take this shot from another Film Riot episode. There's no sound from the actual scene other than the constant beep of the heart monitor. You don't hear the nurse's footsteps or the glove going on or anything else, just the monitor. For me, it's pulling everything but that one sound back and making it feel like a very intimate moment directly inside the character's mind. He doesn't hear it either. His entire focus is on the boy in the hospital bed, and so is ours. So whether you're feeling the entire sonic landscape or leveraging the lack of sound, your North Star should always be the story you're telling and what relationship you want your audience to have with it. But that's it for today. If you have suggestions for topics we should cover, let us know in the comments below. Oh, hey, friend, like and subscribe. Do it. Do it. Just be my friend and do it.